All right, it's still spoof month. Welcome to the franchise. You're fucking jacked in. My name is Daniel Ehrenberg, and over there is Logan Beadair.
Hey, D-Train, you actually interrupted me this morning, I have to be honest. I was in chapter 4, I guess that's not in the middle of, but I was reading my copy of Harry Pothead and the Chamber of Secrets.
Did you like that joke? Now, the joke there is that the word pot is in Harry Potter, so that's very funny.
I think the fans of Harry Potter are called Potterheads or Potheads or something like that, right?
Maybe, man. I might be one of them. I once saw a band called Harry and the Potters at the Knitting Factory in New York. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, up top, I want to say I'm recording this a separate way than I've ever recorded ever before, so if there are any issues, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's on him.
It's on me.
Yeah. All right, so we're doing Scary Movie 2 and Scary Movie 3 this week. That's where the franchise takes a bit of a fork. With number 2, right? Is this one of your faves?
No, I'd say the first one was my fave.
Okay. I saw Scary Movie 2 in theaters. I was pretty excited about it. I had also seen The Haunting in theaters, which is the film this is based upon. All right. Now, The Haunting, I'll always remember, came out the summer of 1999 because I had been camped out in front of my TV for over 48 hours watching Woodstock 99 on pay-per-view. And my mother on the Sunday said, "You need to go out for a couple hours. You can't just be sitting there watching Woodstock 99 all the time."
She was doing the same thing, getting all horned up for Scott Stapp.
That was later that same day, too. Can you believe it?
Yeah, you should have been judging her.
So I was like, I'll make a compromise with you. I'll go out, but I'll see a movie. And she was like, fine, at least you'll be sitting somewhere else. So I went to go see The Haunting in theaters while Alanis Morissette took the stage at Woodstock 99. Don't worry, I recorded it on VHS so I could watch it back later. And it's a horrible movie. Have you seen The Haunting?
No, I never saw it.
I meant to rewatch it for this podcast, but I forgot to.
It was too long. I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, that's fair. But I reread the plot summary, so I remembered what jokes were from it. All right.
Yeah, well, I feel like you can guess which ones are from it.
No, there was one where I was like, is that from The Haunting? And it wasn't. It was from Hollow Man.
Hollow Man?
I just remembered it because I've
Paul
also
Verhoeven
seen
movie?
Hollow Man, the Paul Verhoeven movie. Yes.
Okay, I didn't catch that. I've never seen Hollow Man.
The stuff with those glasses, those infrared glasses and the weapons, that's all from Hollow Man. That's how they were able to see the invisible fella.
Okay, I didn't like that one where he was like, and you can also see cum.
Yeah. A lot of cum flying around these movies.
So much cum.
Yeah. All right. Scary Movie 2. Keenan Ivory Wayans is back to direct. That's good news, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we got a whole crew of writers this time. Sean Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Craig Wayans. Now, I didn't know who Craig Wayans was. I had to Google him. He's not one of the Wayans brothers. He's a cousin.
Oh, my God.
Can you believe it? There's ancillary Wayanses now. All right?
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. Then there's Allison Faust, Greg Grabianski, Dave Polsky, Michael Anthony Snowden. These are all people credited for writing Scary Movie 2.
Okay.
And I looked them up. Every single one of those writers was on the writing staff for the Keenan Ivory Wayans show, which was Keenan Ivory Wayans' attempt at a late night show from the late 90s. I think it got canceled after about 12 weeks.
Okay, did you watch that?
No, of course not. No one watched it. I mean, it was... hey, can you give me 1 second?
Yeah?
Hey, woman! The Scary Movie 2 was released July 4th. July 4th, how about that? just in time for Independence Day 2001. It's probably the last time we were able to celebrate this country just regular.
As it was intended.
Just regular. Because this was right on the cusp of that classic day, 9/11, when the Taliban hijacked some airplanes and flew them into some of our favorite national landmarks, including the Pentagon, Tower 1,
What are we
Tower
doing right
2, the
What is
ground
this?
in Pennsylvania. All right. I'm just describing 9/11 because it happened like a couple months after this.
What's your favorite day?
I remember it so well. It was not my favorite day, though. We weren't able to go out to lunch that day. They kept us in the cafeteria. All right.
They should have ripped on the Taliban in Scary Movie 3. That should have been one of the jokes.
I mean, you're right. They totally should have, man. We should still be ripping on the Taliban.
The Taliban should have come out of the TV like the girl from The Ring.
That would've
Osama
been
bin
funny.
Laden should have come out, and Brenda should have fought Osama bin Laden.
Yeah. They could have gotten that guy who played M. Night Shyamalan to play him.
Oh, you're talking about our LVP from Bad Santa? Or at least mine.
Is that AJ Naidu?
The guy from Office Space?
Yeah. He was your LVP
Yeah.
in Bad Santa.
Yeah, he was. It was a weird gay joke with him.
Man, I just saw him in Richard Linklater's Suburbia, and he was very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't dislike him. He just didn't like him in Bad Santa.
I understand. All right, the film Logan had a huge budget. First of all, the last one came out like a year earlier, right? July 7th, 2000. So this is just shy of a year earlier. And the Weinsteins were like, we need another scary movie next summer. Get to it. You got 9 months to write it and make it. And, but I'll tell you what, we'll give you $45 million for it. And they're like, all right, well, that's something. So, they really tried to put that to use. They, Marlon Brando worked on this film for one day.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know this?
No.
So Marlon Brando, at the very end of his life, this might have been his last role.
What, is this serious?
I'm dead serious. They paid him like a few $1 million to play the part that James Woods ended up playing in the movie.
Yeah. By the way, never knew that was James Woods until a few days ago when I watched this again.
Well, now you know who James Woods is.
Right.
Well, so Brando,
By the way, same with Natasha Lyonne in that same scene. Never knew that was her either.
I probably didn't when I saw this originally either, but yeah, now of course I do. So Brando was the priest in the Exorcist parody there, / the Amityville Horror parody, and he was like at the end of his life. After every take, he had to like be set up with an oxygen machine. Apparently, he didn't know his lines. They just like fed him through like an earpiece.
Yeah.
And then he like collapsed on set. He couldn't finish the part, so they had to replace him. To me, I was like, they should have used whatever they had. They had Marlon Brando footage.
Did he collapse like the Godfather footage when he collapses with his grandson? Whatever.
Maybe.
That's crazy because he was having he's in Superman, right?
Yeah.
And back that's 1978. And he was having to read lines off people then. Why? Actually, even in The Godfather, he's probably having to do that. But this is 2001. I can't even imagine what they were going through.
Well, he's in the score. Have you ever seen that?
No, is that Ed Norton?
Yeah, that's an Ed Norton De Niro movie from 2001. So I think that's actually the last thing he was ever in. And that came out like a couple months before this. So, man, he must have just been on his last legs on that movie. I'm pretty sure like every scene in that movie that he's in takes place in like one room. So, he probably just had to sit there.
Yeah.
But so Marlon Brando, they lose him. And on a short notice, they're like, we gotta fucking finish this scene. So they called James Woods, bro. And they're like, we need you, James. Come to the set of Scary Movie 2 and film this role. And it's 4 days of filming. James Woods goes, I'll do it for $1 million. But they had that $45 million budget, Logan, so they were like, fine. James Woods got $1 million for 4 days of work on Scary Movie 2. That's the moral of this story.
I love that.
Yeah.
He crushes it. I love the part where he's like doing the little V with his fingers and licking it to the
You love that?
Natasha Lyonne. That's fun.
All right.
I don't know.
Here's another. They tried to get a different actress for the Natasha Lyonne character. They offered that part to both Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, they were very popular at the time. They should have had Christina Aguilera play like a genie in a bottle.
Yeah, like the Aladdin genie, but it's Christina Aguilera comes out.
Or the djinn. They could have had her play the djinn.
I'm a genie in a bottle.
That would be great, man.
Do you know that's about pleasing a woman, that song?
Of course, you got to rub her the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meaning
it took me a long time to realize.
Nice little clitoris. All right. This movie came in at number 32 at the North American box office between Bridget Jones's Diary and The Score. I assume Bridget Jones was much higher up the worldwide box office rankings because that was huge overseas.
We could do that, right? You guys never did that?
No, we could cover the sequels. Bridget Jones, The Edge of Reason, and Bridget Jones's Baby, which I've never seen.
That was semi-recent, right?
Yeah, that was sort of a reboot. A reunion of all the classic Bridget Jones
like
characters. All your favorite Bridget Jones characters, like Bridget Jones and whoever Colin Firth played.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. And whoever Hugh Grant played. Let's move on. I mean, I'm ready to get to the movie. There's no significant nominations here.
Okay.
Yeah. So it opens at Hell House. Now, that's Hill House in the movie, The Haunting. And they just were like,
Haunting of Hill House? That's a show.
No, listen. In 1999, there was a real Ann Twins situation. Because
we'll get to that in the next movie.
We certainly will. But
holy shit.
In the same year, they released The Haunting and The Haunting of Hill House. Isn't that wild? I think The Haunting was originally going to be called The Haunting of Hill House, but they were like, there's another movie in development called that. So you got to just call it The Haunting.
Okay.
But it was Hill House in that movie, and so they changed it to Hell House.
You ever see Hell House LLC?
Yes, I have seen that.
If you guys haven't seen that, that's a cool little found footage. Like they're trying to make like a spooky. What's that called? Like they're trying to make like a haunted house show. What's that called?
I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Ghost Hunters?
No, they try and make like a.
Oh, you mean like
what's that called?
You mean like on Halloween when you walk through a thing and
yeah, when they're like, hey guys, you want to go to this thing and you go walk through the house and they scare you? What's that called?
Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, they try to set up one of those things, but spooky stuff starts happening, and it's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie.
I think there's some sequels.
There's multiple sequels. We should cover that for the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. All right, so they're in Hell House, and at first the opening shot is a living room set, and Andy Richter is dressed as a priest on the piano, and I thought this whole shot looked like it was shot like a sitcom, so I thought they were going to make a joke about that, but I think it was just poorly shot.
I never once thought about that, but yeah, you're kind of right.
It looks exactly like a sitcom. Like it looks like the opening shot of like the opening scene of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something.
But then you would think that they don't cut back and show you like the footage from the other side. But they do, right? Because then that's where the girl is peeing.
Well, I mostly mean like the opening establishing of the scene.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. I thought it was
Did you
weird.
like that?
I thought we were gonna hear like a laugh track or something. It was gonna be like a whole joke, but
I don't think we get that in any of the scary movies.
no, man. Maybe I should be writing these bad boys.
Yeah, that's what they're missing is sound effects.
Yeah.
Laugh tracks and ooh.
All right, so Andy Richter's at the piano performing "Shake Your Ass" by Mystical. We all love that song. It gets to the part where they say the N-word. Andy Richter does say the N-word. That blew me away. But, you know, I was like, at least it's the Wayans brothers doing this movie. Like, that's an excuse to me. Whereas the next movie has no excuse when Jeremy Piven says the N-word.
I didn't even catch that.
Yes.
He says it on the news?
Yes.
He's on the news the entire movie.
But remember, there's one scene where, like, this black janitor
yes,
is, like,
when they're doing the
typing
text, when he's
shit
doing the
into
Anchorman thing.
into the teleprompter. Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that. You're right. Yeah, this is at least they're co-signing it. There's at least
exactly.
people behind it. The other one that's a little crazy. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. All right. So Natasha Lyonne comes out, pretty unrecognizable unless you really know what Natasha Lyonne looks like.
Yeah.
And
her eyes, you can kind of tell.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, she's got a poker face.
That's funny.
But she's pissing on the floor, and the joke there is that she pees for a long time.
Yeah, it's not just a little bit. It's extra long.
Extra long pee. It was like me after I saw the movie, the Air Jordan movie.
Is that long? A long movie or something?
No, but I was so enraptured by that film that I didn't go to the bathroom like I usually do in movies, and I peed for roughly 20 minutes when I got out.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah. Okay. James Woods, he shows up as Father McFeely, and he immediately goes and takes a shit. There's lots of farts. So within like maybe 120 seconds of this movie, you get a white guy saying the N-word, a big piss joke, and lots of farts.
Yeah, the previous one we only had one little fart popcorn joke. That was all we had.
But we had to wait a little longer for farts in this one, maybe 1 minute and a half instead of half a minute.
You're right, but we got ×3 because we got all that other stuff.
Yeah. You know, sequels, they have to be bigger, more of what you want. Farts. All right.
Yeah. A bigger budget for nothing.
Yeah. So I got my first pop of the movie, maybe my only pop. This is the most excited I got during the movie, and it's when Andy Richter referenced Jerry from the Australian Outback season of Survivor.
Do you know what was coming?
No.
Really? This is the first time you recognized that?
No, because when I wasn't watching Survivor then. So like when I saw Scary Movie 2 in theaters, I didn't get this joke.
Yeah. Well, I already knew who she was when I saw this movie.
Well, now I do, because it's one of my favorite seasons of Survivor. She's one of my all-time favorite survivors, returning obviously on Season 8 All-Stars and Season 20 Heroes vs. Villains. And so excited to hear her reference here, even though they called her like a bitch or something.
Yeah, that was crazy, that whole thing she had over her.
Well, Colby...
She was just like a normal person.
But Colby was not a Hershey bar.
Yeah.
So, you know, she was objectifying him as though he were a Hershey bar.
If he was, Charlie Sheen would have tried to take the tinfoil off of him. Yeah. Well, I guess it's a Hershey kiss.
I sort of like that joke.
Me too. I like that whole bit with the aliens walking past, and it's pretty stupid, but you have to do something with it.
I guess. All right, and then the scene ends. Lots of vomit. It's just to round it out. You got farts and shit.
So much vomit.
And so we need some
really
vomit
gross.
in there.
This movie is disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross. I hated it.
Chris Elliott's fucking hand.
That is not as disgusting as I remember it being.
Oh no! In the potatoes and in the fucking turkey, that is
Whatever. It doesn't look like a real hand. It just looks like he's putting a prop in potatoes.
But he's so gross too himself. His hair is all really gross too.
The only thing keeping me going in this movie is Chris Elliott and David Cross. If not for those two, this would have been a completely worthless, annoying time.
Yeah, I agree about David Cross. David Cross is funny. We'll get into some more of his stuff a little later.
All right. So it's 1 year later. We get, I don't know if they meant 1 year after I think they meant 1 year after the events of the first movie, but it's confusing to put that right after this opening scene. So it seems like it's 1 year after that.
Yeah, I sort of took it as both.
I'm pretty sure the opening scene was supposed to take place many years before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I took it as 1 year after the first movie and 1 year after that part.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's sort of the Scream 2 setup, right? They're at college now.
Yep.
Hanging out. Fucking Shawn Wayans being gay. You know, all your favorites.
Ray fucked me. Ray fuck. That's a Dude, Where's My Car thing.
Did you know that?
Not until I watched Dude, Where's My Car.
Oh, well, when did you watch that?
About a year and a half ago.
All right, Dude, Where's My Car? Obviously one of my favorite films of all time. I saw it twice in theaters, including New Year's Day or Eve or something. And with my friend Josh. Shout out to him. He listens. So, fucking, I love that movie, so I was obviously excited for this bit. But it's kind of just the same bit, but gay. It's not. I don't understand why spoof movies do parodies of comedies.
Yeah, I don't either. Especially these when they're called Scary Movie and they're supposed to rip on scary movies, but then they do like Matrix and all this other stuff.
It's okay, I think, to do them in passing, but it's weird.
I don't like them.
I don't really like them either. It's especially weird in like 3 when 8 Mile is such a huge component of that movie, and it's supposed to be a Scary Movie 3.
But we also get commercials in all these movies. Like in this one, we get like the dribbling, that Nike commercial, and the last one we get the whole "What's up?" We get that whole thing. But I do love that part, so I guess I can't complain too much.
I gotta tell you, I completely forgot about that Nike commercial's existence until I saw this parody. I mean, that "What's up?" That's something today everyone still remembers being a phenomenon. Nobody remembers this fucking Nike commercial.
No.
Come on. Anyway, you get also Shawn Wayans does the Buffalo Bill thing he puts his penis between his legs from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, he did do that.
I liked that. And you get a Save the Last Dance parody.
Jesus Christ.
Did you understand that?
Of course not. What's this?
When it's Marlon Wayans and Anna Faris are outside, and Marlon's like teaching her how to be cool and black.
Oh, that's Save the Last Dance?
There's a scene in Save the Last Dance that is almost that identically. That's how fucking bad that movie is.
Wow. They say, yo, that jacket is tight, son. Yeah, mean. They do that whole thing?
Yes. Yes. Like
that's legit. That's from the Save the Last Dance?
I don't know those words exactly, but like he says like stuff in a cooler, black in a black way.
Oh.
And then Julia Stiles like repeats it. Like,
and then
know
she
what
beats
I'm
somebody
saying? Up? No, that part's added. That's the joke. But
that's very
funny.
The
part where they're sitting there, like, be looser, sit like this. That is exactly from Save the Last Dance.
Yeah, I never knew that until right now.
Yeah. Go watch the trailer. I think it's in the trailer for Save the Last Dance.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about our cast here. We are returned to Faris and the Wayans boys. And anybody else returning?
Brenda.
Oh, right. Of course. Regina Hall. Yeah. And then we have new cast members. They really went all out, got all your comedy favorites, like The dude who's Hyde's brother from That 70s Show in real life.
Yeah. Do you know him from anything though?
Yeah, of course. He played the brother at military school in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's all anybody knew him from. I read
Yeah,
that he
of
shot
course.
this on hiatus during a break in Malcolm in the Middle seasons.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's not on that show a lot. Like they check in with him every now and then. He could probably do whatever he wanted.
I guess so. Yeah, he's the oldest brother. Now that always bothered me about that show because Malcolm was in the middle.
This is a great point, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you.
I never thought about this ever one time in my life. This is an incredible point.
Yeah.
He-
So there were three brothers
He
living
and
at
Reese
home.
are in the middle, right? Is
Yeah,
that-
exactly.
they're
Yeah,
both in the middle.
It could be Reese in the middle, just as much.
He's not as interested.
Because there were four brothers. Malcolm was only in the middle of the ones living at home, Reese and Dewey. Whereas there was this other
my
one
God.
played by Christopher Masterson, who, as far as I know, has never raped anybody, by the way, like his brother.
Yeah. Although he kind of talks Anna Faris into jerking him off, which could be, which is I'm pretty sure is rape.
That's coercion. That's different.
Is that a law? Is that
Hey,
a crime?
hey,
Coercion?
If coercion is rape, Logan, then you can call me Kobe Bryant.
I thought you were gonna say if coercion is rape, I don't want to be right, which wouldn't make any sense. But I thought it would have been funnier. Well, not funnier than that. You went all out.
Yeah. All right. So that guy's in. So my point being, Malcolm was not. He was in the middle, but
Yeah, this is great.
he was really just the third. He was the second kid of. No, he was the third kid of four. Right? It's not really a middle child.
Yeah, he's the third kid of four, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Great job.
Thank you. We are also introduced to Tori Spelling. She's sort of replaced Shannon Elizabeth in the cast.
She's like the sexy one, I guess.
If you find no, I guess the sexy one is Kathleen Robertson.
Oh right, but this one's like has sex with the ghost. That's supposed to be sexy too.
Yeah, but Kathleen Robertson has that scene where she tries to seduce David Cross with her thong.
That's so funny. David Cross like being so serious, being like, I can do it myself, and then he starts sucking his own like that's so funny to me.
You can say dick.
I didn't want to.
Well, I could tell you didn't want to.
Because then I would have bleeped
You got
myself,
uncomfortable all of a sudden.
and you wouldn't have liked it.
Don't bleep yourself.
I like to do it, but you don't like it.
It's not funny.
I think sometimes it is. I don't do it all the time. I only do it sometimes. And by the way, when I said in that episode with you and Tim, I said sometimes I bleep myself for comedic effect. I bleeped the bleep, so it said sometimes I myself for comedic effect, which is even funnier than the original.
That
part.
I appreciate. That's good.
I always do it if it only upgrades it. I feel like you
All
just
right.
don't listen. So
So I read some stuff about Tori Spelling's presence in this film.
okay.
In the original script, she was supposed to have a nude scene where you see Tori Spelling's boobs and you see the ghost grab them, right? But she didn't want to do the nude scene once she got on set, and she didn't approve. She said, you can't even have a body double. Then people think it's me.
Right.
And so the Weinsteins cut a lot of her scenes from the movie in revenge for this.
Yep. Sounds like those guys.
Yeah. All right. We got two adult characters. They're sort of being Liam Neeson from The Haunting.
Who did
Well,
you?
Tim-
What did you say?
What?
Sorry. I got
Yeah,
confused.
Tim Curry is doing Liam Neeson from The Haunting. That's what his character is. And David Cross, he's in a wheelchair. And, it's hard to watch. Like David Cross, just one of the all-time comic geniuses, one of the best sketch comedians of all time, just reduced to fucking dick jokes and Scary Movie 2. It's a bummer,
Yeah, he got paid.
I guess. Like it's better than fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Huge budget. He probably got paid pretty well.
You're probably right. All right, and then you meet Chris Elliott. And Chris Elliott, he's got a hand. He's got one gross hand.
His strong hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the premise of this movie is they're going to stay in a house for the weekend. In The Haunting, they tell them that they're doing it's about like insomnia, which they use in this movie. And then it turns out it's a fear study. It's about how scared they're going to get. And it's Lily Taylor, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Owen Wilson. One thing I like is that one of the only things I remembered about The Haunting is that Catherine Zeta-Jones' character's name was Theo. That stuck with me. It's a weird name. And then they just named Kathleen Robertson's character in this Theo.
Can I tell you something kind of crazy?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's a character in The Haunting of Hill House named Theo.
Well,
I think that the one that he's his wife, you know how he casts his wife and everything?
yeah.
I think his wife in that show plays a character named Theo.
Well, I think The Haunting is based on the same thing that The Haunting of Hill House is based on.
Oh, it's based on the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy because I remember that same thing. I remember Theo because it's such a cool name, I think. And I remember her being
it's
Theo.
Theodora.
Theodora.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Wow. So there you go.
Yeah. So they get our favorite characters, all our favorite characters, to do this study, and they drive over to Hell House. And on the way, Anna Faris is listening to one of my favorite songs, Logan. As we go on, we remember a graduation, friends forever. Remember that classic?
Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sing here.
Yeah, now I couldn't believe that because you know what that means, right?
What does that mean?
Vitamin C herself recorded a vocal cameo for Scary Movie 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Amazing.
Was that actually her? You recognize her voice that well?
I wasn't sure, but I looked it up and it was.
Oh, maybe they just mean it was her singing.
No. She didn't just have a song credit. She had a vocal credit. Yeah.
Well, that's very cool.
Yeah. All right. So glad to hear Vitamin C in there. She was around this time probably the fourth biggest female pop star after Spears, Aguilera, and Mandy Moore.
Really?
If I had to
trifecta.
If I had to put them in order, yeah. All right. You want to help me out? Where do we go next?
Oh man, I don't fucking know.
They're in the house.
Yeah.
They have dinner. It's gross. Everything's
Disgusting.
Just gross. Then they go to bed, and spooky things happen to them in the middle of the night. There's a ghost blowjob.
All right, keep going. Sorry.
All right. Tori Spelling gets fucked by a ghost. The ghost sticks the dick in her mouth, and honestly, that's probably the best scene of these scenes in the house in the middle of the night, because we also get what's this cat bit?
What do you mean? What's the bit?
The pussy, my pussy.
Oh, yeah. She says like my pussy's gone crazy. That's a terrible joke.
That is one of the worst jokes of all time. It is so stupid. I hated that whole scene. Regina Hall sort of rescues her scene because she's funny doing the dirty talk thing.
Yeah.
And but then there's a poltergeist gag where a giant penis. It's like a clown tries to grab Shawn Wayans, but then Shawn Wayans uses his gay penis to defeat the clown.
I have nothing to add.
Did I get that right?
You nailed it.
Yeah.
I sort of thought that it was funny he like turned the tables on the clown, but then we saw the giant penis choke the clown, and I was like, all right.
Listen, I'm not above a penis gag. I sort of liked the one in the last movie where it goes through the guy's head.
Well, that's great. This one, the giant stretchy penis, I wasn't a fan of.
No, I wasn't either. It was bad. All right, so then...
Are these our worst episodes we've ever done? We're talking about stretchy penises.
I mean, this is what is else is there to talk about?
You're right. We're here. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing it. So, the rest of the movie, basically, they're like, we got to capture the ghost. So they set up the thing from Hollow Man with the guns and the infrared thing, and also them being locked in that freezer is from Hollow Man, okay? But the thing where they have to stand on that platform at the end, that's straight from The Haunting, baby.
I didn't really understand what was going on there.
They had to, like, lure the ghost to this platform.
Why did he have to save her, though?
Well, because she would have gone up into heaven with
Why
the
couldn't
ghost.
she step off? Why did he have to, like, drive the wheelchair? I didn't really understand what was
I
going
don't remember in The Haunting, but I believe they are not able to save Lily Taylor, and she goes up into heaven as the ghost descends to hell.
on. Oh, shit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think the only survivors of that movie are Liam Neeson and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because Owen Wilson gets beheaded at some point.
What about Todd Field?
No, early on, there's like 3 assistants to Liam Neeson, and early on, one of them gets attacked in the house by the ghost, and so the other 2 like spend the whole rest of the movie in the hospital with that one, and one of those guys is Todd Field, the director of Tar.
It would have been cool if Owen Wilson got eaten by an anaconda in this one.
That would have been a good joke.
That would have been, like in Scary Movies. I mean, in The Haunting. But if you put him in Scary Movie 2 and let him get eaten by an anaconda, that also would have been a good joke.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. So they're floating around this mansion looking for ghosts. The Malcolm in the Middle guy's trying to fuck Anna Faris. Anna Faris is like a descendant of people in the house. That's from The Haunting too. Lily Taylor like finds a painting that looks like her.
Yeah.
And what else you got? There's a
Beetlejuice.
skeleton. Oh yeah. You want to get to that? Beetlejuice.
I just hated it. That was so stupid.
Did you know who that was?
Yeah. I mean, I know Beetlejuice. Probably not the first time I saw this, but I know Beetlejuice.
Yeah. So one of Howard Stern's famed Whack Pack, Beetlejuice, named such because he kind of looks like Beetlejuice when he has that shrunken head in the movie Beetlejuice. It's like a parody of Hannibal, and they take fucking Marlon Wayans' scalp off, and that's what's in his head. Beetlejuice. Is that
Jesus. Good? Like, you think they thought of that and were like, we nailed it. That's a scene.
Yes, I really do.
Oh my god.
No rewrites for that scene.
What was the budget on this again?
$45 million.
45. How much do you think they pocketed of that money? The Wayans brothers.
Oh my god. I would say a good amount, and they probably got a percentage of the gross too. At one point, a skeleton is chasing around Regina Hall, and Anna Faris. Anna Faris is scared of the skeleton, and Regina Hall makes fun of her for being scared of the skeleton. She says, "Would you be scared of Callista Flockhart?"
Yeah, I didn't really care about that.
Now, Callista Flockhart famously played Ally McBeal, and is married in real life to Harrison Ford, an actor who's referenced in Scary Movie 3. And she got a lot of flack, a lot of Flackheart at the time for being too skinny. People were like, "Is she anorexic?" And she'd be like, "No, I'm just skinny." And so that's what the joke was about.
Well, there you go.
There's a parrot in this movie, a talking parrot.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Has anybody post 1953 found a talking parrot funny?
No.
I don't think so. Why do we keep seeing talking parrots in movies? They're fucking lame. What's so funny? A parrot. He can talk. They really can. I've seen parrots in real life.
Yeah, it's not a myth. You think that was a myth?
No, but I'm just saying it's not like a joke. It's just like...
The joke is that this one's like, I have a big dick. Suck my dick.
Right, that's the joke, is he's saying swear words. And he also says, You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part. You are the weakest link. That was that was like the deepest cut of any of these movies. A weakest link.
No, that
joke.
was a hit at the time, dude.
Really?
Yeah, because Who Wants to Be a Millionaire became such a big hit in America that they were like going to England and going like, "What other game shows you got?" And so The Weakest Link happened, and for when it first premiered, it was a big hit. Like 20 million people were watching The Weakest Link.
Were you one of them?
I watched a few episodes, sure.
Wow.
I knew Anne Robinson. We were all really into like mean British people at that point in time.
Simon Cowell.
Yeah,
He's the
cameos in Scary Movie 3.
Yep.
Yeah. He won the MTV Movie Award for Best Cameo.
I don't think he knew he was getting shot, by the way. Because they clearly have a double in there getting shot. I don't think he knew that part.
Maybe not. All right. And then there's a bit where David Cross is like wheelchair fighting the ghost.
Yeah, what is that? There were doves. I assumed a John Woo thing.
Yeah, because that's all from Mission Impossible 2.
There's a wheelchair race in Mission Impossible 2?
I think it's a motorcycle race in Mission Impossible 2.
Oh,
yeah.
it's ripping on that?
Yeah.
You know what I like in Mission Impossible 2? That part where he has like his gun or a knife. It's like the end of the movie. He has like a gun in the sand, and he fucking kicks the sand, and it might be a knife, but it flies up, and he grabs it, and they start fighting each other. That was like one of the coolest things I'd ever seen in a movie at that point in my life.
I remember that I think I talked about this when we covered Mission Impossible 2, but I remember that my dad got into a fight during that movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. All right.
By the way, they do Titanic again. They did that in the first movie. They do it again here.
How did they do it in the first movie?
They do in the Keenan Wayans when he's a slave. You think it's Titanic, but it's Amistad.
Oh yeah, Amistad too. Yeah, and in this one they do like the never let go scene.
Yeah, you're warm in your bed, Jack, or whatever they're saying.
Yeah. So here's some other great scenes that I wrote down.
Yeah. Charlie's Angels?
Yeah, that's the next one. I wasn't even going to bring it up because it's not funny at all, but we covered Charlie's Angels on the show, so I thought it was worth it.
Yeah.
How about when they do that pose and it looks like they're peeing because of the fountain behind them?
Yeah, that's like an Austin Powers thing.
It is like an Austin Powers joke, yeah.
I think that's an Austin Powers thing.
Yeah. And then at one point, a cow spins around the bedroom. And that's a reference to Twister.
Yeah, I assumed so.
Yeah. So, I mean, the movie, everyone survives. She jerks off Anna Faris jerks off.
Doesn't Tori Spelling die? Doesn't the ghost like, you gave me crabs, and he kills Tori Spelling?
Who cares? Whatever.
Well, you said everybody lived and you were wrong.
I don't care. I don't care.
Okay.
All right. So she gets pasted to the wall with cum again, like in the first one.
Yeah.
What else you got?
What else do I? I like the part where Shorty sees the ugly demon and then he puts a bag on her head and has sex with her anyway.
And then the movie ends with a callback to that joke where he's like forcing her head on his cock. There's a lot of forced blowjobs in these movies.
Yeah.
Because the same thing happens to the mom. Drew Barrymore's mom. I mean, I guess Carmen Electra's mom at the beginning of Scary Movie.
Well, the whole first movie, the whole I Know What You Did Last Summer setup is they're not having sex, which is the Scream setup. But then they're in the car about to hit that guy, and her face goes down on her.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that's like a thing they've been doing since the beginning.
That's three times that has happened in two movies.
Yes. Can I tell you another thing that's happened 3 times in 2 movies? Well, I guess it's 3 times in 3 movies because it's in the next movie. But these basically started as Scream, the parody of Scream. So we have 3 cast members from Scream in these 3 movies so far.
Tori Spelling, who appears in Scream 2.
And she's mentioned in Scream 1 also, remember? Who's going to play us? Tori Spelling?
With our luck, it'd be Tori Spelling. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are the other 2?
Give me a second. This is interesting.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Shut the fuck up. All right, tell me.
All right. Well, obviously, the opening scene from the next movie, Jenny McCarthy, is in Scream 3.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then from Scream 4, Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson, that's right.
So there
So
we
we're
go.
just missing someone from the original, Logan.
Yes, and we. May
Oh,
get
here we get it sort of. How about this? Linda Blair is in the original Scream, and in this movie they parody her character from
All
The
right.
Exorcist.
All right, fine enough.
All right. So at the end of the movie, it's Anna Faris. She's in her bedroom. What happens there in the bedroom? I was so distracted because she had a chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water poster on the wall. I was just staring at that the whole
The
time.
birds, like she brought the bird home, and the bird poops all over the place.
Oh, right. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But then the best part of the movie is it ends with "Ride with Me" by Nelly. That's a great song.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. So many scees of people getting hit by cars.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
There's like
Logan,
5 of them in these.
This
three
is
movies.
torture. This is torture.
They're short.
They are short.
They
I'll give
end
it
at like
that.
an hour 15 minutes.
Yeah, hour and 22 with credits. This movie, but I mean,
Very doable.
It is torture. I hate all of these movies.
I understand.
I clicked to see like where I was at one point. I had like 40 minutes left, and I was like, "Oh my god, 40 more minutes of this."
Yeah, I get it.
It seemed insurmountable.
Yep. Are we at the end?
So you gave Scary Movie 1 a 5.
Yeah, deservedly so.
What do you give this one?
Well, to be honest, I sort of remembered liking all these movies, to be honest. Like, I remember them all having really funny stuff in them, and I just didn't laugh in this one. I didn't. I didn't really find anything funny at all. I thought it was all just gross.
I laughed one time.
Yeah, what's that?
When so David Cross is paralyzed and Chris Elliott has that gross hand, and they keep like sniping at each other. Chris Elliott's making like cripple jokes, and David Cross is making like gross hand jokes.
Yeah.
That made me laugh a couple times.
Yeah, no, that was fine. And I thought at the end when David Cross, after the dove race scene, he flies out and he's hanging on the window and he's like, "Take my strong hand," and he decides to fall off and die rather than grab onto his hand, which is pretty funny. And like I said, I like that part where David Cross is like, he's very seriously like, "No, I can do it myself," and then he starts giving himself a blowjob.
I didn't care for that.
But I think he's funny. Like, he delivers it so seriously.
Oh, he's funny throughout. Like, he brings something to every scene he's in that just none of the rest of the movie has in any sort of energy that I'm interested in.
Even Brenda doesn't bring that much. I mean, she does, but she's not in it that much. She really only like fights that skeleton and has sex with Ray in that one part. So that's a bummer. I'm gonna give it 1 star.
What? So you're going from a 5 to a 1?
Yeah, I didn't like the whole. My pussy's gone crazy. Everything's just so stupid and such a reach and not funny.
Logan, can I counter this?
Yeah, what's that?
Everything is so stupid and not funny in Scary Movie 1.
Also, maybe because I'm following Scream through Scary Movie 1, that helps. And here, it's like The Haunting and Amityville Horror.
And Hollow Man, a bunch of movies you've never seen.
Yeah, exactly. I saw Poltergeist.
Well, you liked that bit.
Well, until the stretchy penis. What are you gonna give it? Are you gonna give it a 2 or something?
No, a fucking 1. Obviously, this is fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. I thought you were gonna. You thought you liked this more than me.
No, this is torture. Look, I hate Spoof Month. This was such a funny idea in theory, and in practice, this sucks.
What about when they?
We should have covered those fucking Truffaut movies.
No, well, it'll be fine. What about when they fight, when they do the Raging Bull against the cat, when she fights him and it's like
I thought that was
blood.
a Rocky reference.
Oh, was that Rocky?
Yeah.
I thought there was like shots in Raging Bull where there's like blood and sweat going everywhere.
They would have made it black and white if it was Raging Bull.
Oh, that's a great point. I guess I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm stupid. Anyway, so we both give it 1 star. My MVP, I think you can go Cross or Cindy. Those are really my two options. And I think I'm just going to go David Cross in this one.
No, David Cross and Chris Elliott. They are bringing.
It's too gross. I can't do the Chris Elliott thing.
He's so funny though. I'm a big Chris Elliott fan, and his stock in trade is gross. He's been gross since the days of David Letterman and Get a Life.
Too gross. The part where you open up where she spills her luggage and he's like, "I'll help you with that," and he like puts her toothbrush in his mouth. That is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Yeah, but his performance is so good. He's playing like a version of Riff Raff from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
You know, the guy who goes, "Hello."
Okay.
That guy. And hello. No, that was better. I did Riff Raff better there. So he I just think it's an interesting performance. Like those two performances got me through this movie. I am going to give it to David Cross though.
Wow, we both agree.
Yeah.
I think the case for Cindy is this is the last time she's brunette Cindy before she turns into blonde Cindy. And I think she's just way funnier and more interesting as brunette Cindy.
I
Blonde
read
Cindy,
about
yeah,
I
go
read
ahead.
about why she did that.
Oh, yeah.
Because she has blonde hair in real life. That's her natural hair color.
Mhm.
And the only reason she dyed it brunette was because in the first movie she was supposed to resemble Nev Campbell.
Oh,
And
interesting.
so then in the third movie, the character that she's most closely parodying is Naomi Watts in The
Right.
Ring. And so she was like, "Can I use my natural hair color?"
Okay. That's,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it made sense to me. But I do like her as a brunette.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
All right.
But also, I feel like Cindy is very black haired, and I feel like Sydney Prescott is just has brown hair.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I can't really answer that.
All right.
Who's your LVP?
My LVP. Give me some people.
Tori Spelling.
Yeah.
Tori Spelling's mine. I think you could also go Malcolm in the Middle guy. He brings absolutely nothing to
That's
the
what I'm going
proceedings.
with. I'm going with him.
All right. Yeah, good.
No, what's his name? Chris Masterson.
Chris Masterson. Yeah, Danny's the one who's been, he's raped.
He's living on the ranch.
Yeah, he's the only That 70s Show cast member not to reappear in That 90s Show on Netflix.
They got Donna back.
Of course, she's in like 5 episodes.
Oh,
of
I
it.
love Donna. What color hair does she have? Blonde hair?
No, she's back to being a red.
She has red hair on the show?
Yeah.
All right. What's her name in real life? Donna?
Laura Prepon.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, if you want to see her as a brunette eating a lot of pussy, watch yourself some Orange is the New Black.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Chris Masterson, I think, though, he just brings nothing, whereas Tori Spelling actively makes her scenes worse.
That's fine, but at least she had like the Scream connection, and I was like, oh, cool.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that's that movie. Fuck
We
this
did it.
movie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's definitely worse than the original, but like these movies suck.
Yeah, one's a 5, one's a 1.
Jesus. All right, so they're like, the Wayans brothers tap out. They're like, we only had 9 months to make this movie. They thought the second one wasn't as good as the first. They were correct about that. And so they're like, we don't want to do more. Let's go off and make other classic films like White Chicks.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot I have to watch that. But Miramax wants to keep this property going. So, by the way, I read that it was announced in Variety, and that's how the Wayans brothers found out it was being made.
Wow.
Like, they didn't even ask the Wayans brothers for permission. Anyway. So first they hired Friedberg and Seltzer to write the script to Scary Movie 3. And they handed in a movie that was not a parody of horror movies, but a parody of fantasy films. And it was called Scary Movie 3, Episode 1, Lord of the Brooms. Now that...
The what?
Lord of the Brooms.
Okay.
So it's Star Wars Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter. Those
Oh,
are going to be like
I didn't understand that
that's
last one.
that's what Brooms is for.
Very stupid.
Yeah, well, they're horrible. They're horrible writers. So that was the original script, and they didn't like it. So they were like, "We can't make this. This sucks. We want it to be a parody of horror movies because it's a scary movie." So they get David Zucker involved. All right. The script is first of all rewritten by Craig Mazin. You familiar with this guy?
Yeah, sure. Last of Us.
Yeah, that's wild. He got his start writing really dumb comedies. Prior to Scary Movie 3, he had done Rocket Man, which I told you about recently. It's about an astronaut who farts a lot. And Senseless with Marlon Wayans. Then he does this, goes on to direct Superhero Movie, the fucking horrible spoof movie.
It's kind of funny.
I've never seen it. I don't know why I called it horrible.
But Drake Bell, I think, is Spider-Man.
Okay. He also writes The Hangover 2 and 3 and Identity Thief with Melissa McCarthy. Now, here's what you must be thinking to yourself. This is one of the least talented people you've ever heard of in your life, huh?
Yeah.
Wrong. He does a complete career pivot, writes the Chernobyl miniseries for HBO, and now is the co-creator of The Last of Us. What's going on here? Who the fuck is this guy?
Got a cool name too, Craig Mazin.
I feel like he must have sold his soul to the devil.
Hey, I'm at that point too. Who do I gotta talk to? Somebody point me in the direction of the devil.
All right. David Zucker is our director. You know him as one of the Zaz boys. Used to work with his brother, other Zucker. I don't remember. Robert?
Jerry.
Jerry, thank you. Yeah, Jerry Zucker, who made Ghost. They should have parodied Ghost.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And Jim Abrahams was the other one. They were known as Zaz collectively. They did Airplane, Top Secret, and Ruthless People together, along with the TV show Police Squad. So David Zucker went off on his own. Let me go solo. While Jerry's off making Academy Award winners, I'll make The Naked Gun. So he's like, it's not really his own idea. He's just doing a movie version of the TV show he had done with his brother. But he does the first two Naked Gun movies, and then his career kind of turns to shit. He does Basketball.
Never saw it.
I love that movie, but, you know, it's not good. And then he does this, and Scary Movie 4. We'll also have him around for that one. My Boss's Daughter, starring Ashton Kutcher and Tara Reid. And then he became a huge conservative, Logan. And he directed a movie called An American Carol, which, have you heard of this movie?
I don't think so. How does that happen, by the way? With age, you just become more conservative?
Yeah, I think like when dumb guys get older, they get more conservative. And I think money, you get richer. So they're like, wait, liberals are trying to take money from us.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it also.
Yeah. So, but David Zucker, he made this movie, An American Carol. Now, that is about Michael Malone. All right? And you're like, that sounds familiar. What does that sound like? Michael Moore. All right.
Yeah.
So it was Chris Farley's brother playing Michael Moore, and it was a parody of A Christmas Carol. So the ghosts of Christmas past, present, or no, it wasn't Christmas. Some ghosts come in the middle of the night to Michael Moore and teach him the true meaning of Independence Day.
Okay.
Because he's a fucking liberal shit, and he doesn't love America the way David Zucker does. All right? And all the greats are in that movie. Everyone you might think would be in it. Jon Voight, James Woods, Kevin Sorbo. They're all in it.
Honestly, I forgot what we were talking about at this point. Somebody made a movie and all these people were in it, but I forgot what movie.
It's
So.
Christmas Carol with Michael Moore, where
Oh,
they're
yeah.
teaching him the true meaning of Independence Day.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you pay attention to me?
I did.
I thought you would think that was funny.
I just forgot.
That's a real movie.
Okay. I never heard of it.
Okay. Anyway, I think that's like the last thing he ever did.
Is he dead now?
No, I think he's still around. But and he hired Pat Proft to work on the script with him. That's like an old collaborator. They did Naked Gun together. And he got his start in the 80s writing Police Academy and Bachelor Party. Okay? Went on to do lots of spoofs in the 90s. High School High, which is a parody of Dangerous Minds. Mr. Magoo, which is Mr. Magoo with Leslie Nielsen. And he directed Wrongfully Accused, which was a Leslie Nielsen parody of The Fugitive.
Okay. Is Leslie Nielsen in movies that aren't parodies?
He was when he was young.
Okay. Is he a good actor? It likes serious stuff?
He sort of acts the same way. And I think that's why they started using him in parodies, because his style is funny.
Okay. I thought
He's in Forbidden Planet. Have you ever heard of Forbidden Planet?
Yeah, I
It's
have
like a
heard of that.
sci-fi film from the 50s. He's the star of that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, anyway. Oh, by the way, Pat Proft also, my favorite credit of his is he has a writing credit on the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Okay. Great for him.
Yeah. I wonder what parts he wrote. All right.
He came up with Life Day. That was his bit.
He created Itchy. All right, October 24th, 2003. That's the release date of this movie. It had an even bigger budget than the previous one, $48 million. And what a hit it was. It made a lot of money, $220.7 million at the box office.
Wow.
Came in at number 22 for the year, right under Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan, and right above The Italian Job with Marky Mark
Yeah.
and Charlize. People act like Charlize was like, what? Why is she doing like fucking Fast and Furious movies? It's not like she hasn't ever made a fucking dumb action movie before. She's in The Italian Job.
Great point, D-Train.
Thank you. Okay. This movie was nominated for some awards. I already told you about the Simon Cowell Best Cameo winner. You know what was horrifying about that, though? You know who was also nominated for that award for Best Cameo?
Like from this movie?
No.
Oh,
Like that
who?
Simon Cowell beat
Who?
Matt Damon for Eurotrip.
I never
One
saw
of the
it.
one of the all-time great cameos ever.
I'll take your word for it.
Listen, Logan doesn't know and Scotty doesn't know, but the people out there know. I'm telling you. Hey, I skipped the theme. I want to retroactively hear that MTV theme.
Can I play Henry's version?
No, I want your version. I want my MTV. All right, KCA. Could you believe this movie was nominated for a Kids' Choice Award?
No, I can't believe that.
Well, it was. Queen Latifah was nominated for Best Movie Actress, and it was for both this and Bringing Down the House.
Okay.
But she lost to Amanda Bynes for What a Girl Wants.
All right.
She was recently just found wandering the streets nude, wasn't she?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
Why not?
Because it's sad.
Why won't you talk about anything that's funny?
That's not funny. That's sad.
Amanda Bynes wandering the streets nude?
I love Amanda Bynes. I don't want to see her like in danger.
I love her too. I used to love when she called Drake ugly.
I used to love the fucking Amanda Show, bro.
All right. Well, I can't think of anything else she did that I liked.
So much stuff.
What are some of her movies?
Easy A. She's great in Easy A.
Oh,
She's
fuck
like the
that.
villain in Easy A.
What else?
She's really good in that movie. Amanda Bynes. What else did she do? I don't know.
Oh, I know what I love her in. She's the Man.
Oh, obviously. Covered
Yeah.
on We Love Kids movies.
I love that movie. Oh, She's the Man.
Yeah.
What a classic. With the Tate. All right.
Tate.
Let's get into it, I guess. I got low energy Logan Adair over there.
I just gave you the greatest
I'm
performance.
trying to
of...
carry this fucking show about movies I don't even care about.
What are you talking about?
You're giving me nothing today.
All right. Well, should we start with Pam Anderson and Jenny McCarthy? That's a great scene.
You liked that?
Yeah. No, I didn't. I actually hated it a lot.
It was horrible. I hated it too. I hated it so much.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of jokes. You know, I read that they cut a joke out of this scene where Pamela Anderson was like, "Why don't you touch my hairless pussy?" And then she holds up a cat with no fur.
Oh my God.
That was cut out. Not a good enough joke for Scary Movie 3.
Jesus Christ. They filmed that and everything?
Yeah, it's in the deleted scenes. You know, they released a Scary Movie 3.5.
Oh, I saw that. Like when the movie ended, it like went to credits and it was like 3.5, and I was like, oh, I'd never seen that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd check it out.
Yeah, well, that's got that scene in it. And so they're doing The Ring, basically. They're like watching the video from The Ring on TV, and they're chatting. They're really stupid. That's their characters, is they're dumb blondes.
My mic disconnected, but you can keep going, I guess.
At one point, Jenny McCarthy, or Pamela Anderson says, "I watched this really spooky tape." And then Jenny McCarthy's like, "Oh, is it that one with the guy and the girl on the boat and he keeps saying, 'I love you'?" Did you get that joke?
Yes, I did get that joke. The Tommy Lee sex tape.
Yes, it's a reference to the Tommy Lee sex tape. She had a sense of humor about it back then. No more. Okay.
Really? Why not? Oh, did she get mad at the show?
Yeah, she got all pissed off about that show.
Yeah. Why? Just that it existed or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they get a call on the telephone, because that's what happens after you watch the video from The Ring. But it's not the spooky monster from The Ring, Logan. It's Gollum.
Yeah. My precious.
Because I guess Lord of the Rings had come out. And then it's not even Gollum. It's like her mom who just like calls her my precious.
Yep.
That sucks. That sucks.
Oh man, can I bring something up? This was one of the worst things I've ever seen in a movie in my life.
Go ahead.
This was horrible. The stupid fucking transition they do from this scene into Scary Movie 3, where Pam Anderson. By the way, did they enhance her boobs for this movie, or are those her real boobs that
her
she
boobs
lives
are
with
that
every day?
Stupid. Yeah.
Holy shit! I thought
At
it was
one
a
point
joke.
she got them reduced.
Yeah, she should do that again. They do the thing where she screams and they zoom in on her, and the ring from the video they're watching goes to her boobs, and then it turns into a 3 and it turns sideways and it's Scary Movie 3, and it's just one of the stupidest things I'd ever seen. Like whoever came up with that idea thought to animate that and do that. Oh my God.
Can I tell you my experience with this, by the way?
Yeah.
I was watching this with my girlfriend last night, and I looked down at my phone I like checked and something. I looked something up about the movie, and I heard her groan, and it's because this had happened, and I missed it entirely.
Oh my God.
And I didn't go back. I was just like, "Tell me what happened that I missed," and she described it. So now I've heard that described to me in detail twice, and I've never.
You gotta
seen
watch it, man. That's horrible. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
All right, so we go over to Signs, and it's Charlie Sheen is Mel Gibson, and I really thought about this a lot. I genuinely believe Signs would be a better movie if Charlie Sheen played the Mel Gibson part.
I know you say that, but like Mel's not bad in that movie. You think Charlie would have been a better actor for the part?
Yeah,
or what's...
I do. Because Mel, I feel like if it was Charlie Sheen, all the shit with him like going back to the priesthood at the end would have annoyed me less. Because it's Mel, I'm thinking like, oh, sure, the fucking Christ, this guy.
Like Charlie is so into Christ?
No, I'm saying Charlie's not. So it would have been more of an actual performance. I would have been divorced from that in my head, and I would have bought the character arc more.
But maybe he wouldn't have been able to play the character as well because he
He
would have been
would have,
trying.
but he's a good actor, man. I'm telling you, Charlie Sheen could have done
This
the
isn't
exact.
the Boys Next Door era. This is now. This is
Hey,
2001.
bitch! Right before this, he does the. I'm sorry, I called you a bitch. He
That's
does
okay.
The Arrival, that alien movie that I watched recently that I talked to you about on Hey, I'm Watching Here.
Yeah.
If he'd played this the exact same way he did The Arrival, it would have been Signs would have been a better movie.
All right. Well, I'm not. I haven't seen a lot of his more serious stuff, so I'll give you that one. But I really love Signs. I don't really care.
You only know Charlie Sheen from Men,
That's not true.
Manly Men.
That's not true.
Okay. All right, so he's Mel Gibson. And you got Simon Rex as Joaquin Phoenix. At the time of this, Simon Rex was a WB actor. He'd been on a show called Jack and Jill. And the twist of that show was that the girl was Jack and the guy was Jill, I think. I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Like that was a reveal at the end of the show?
No, in the pilot.
Okay.
But Simon Rex was on that show, and then of course, who can forget? He took Felicity Porter's virginity in season 2 of Felicity. He fucked her right there in the art room, and it was a beautiful moment. He played a character named Eli.
Okay.
All right, so that's what I know Simon Rex from. But of course, recently he's gone ahead and done the best work of his life in Sean Baker's Red Rocket, an instant classic in my opinion.
Great movie. Listen to Hey, I'm Watching Here, where we'll talk about it on Friday.
Yeah, because Logan just watched it this morning.
Great movie. Great movie. Can't
Yeah.
stress enough. Go watch it, guys.
Absolutely. All right. All right, so that's the setup there. Then we go check in with Anna Faris. She's now a news anchor.
Well, Crops attacked them, right?
Oh, who cares? And
Okay.
it's not as cool as in fucking the
Well, I
New
guess the
Children
Crops
of the
didn't
Corn.
attack. It's not as cool? I guess, though. There's no
No,
Eden
that
in
the
this
crops really attack in that movie. A big
Yeah.
crop monster.
one. Yeah. What if Scary Movie 6 we have an Eden character?
Then I'm more interested. They should get real Eden to play her.
Yeah, they should. But then make a joke about how she's so much older now than she was then.
That would be great. All right, so Cindy's a news anchor. Her co-anchor is Jeremy Piven. Right away, I'm like, oh god, gotta sit through fucking Jeremy Piven in this movie. That bald bastard.
He's sitting through this movie, am I right? Because he's just in that chair the whole time.
Yeah, you're right. All he has to do is sit there and say the N-word.
I had to look up, by the way, when this movie came out compared to Anchorman, because I thought they might have been ripping on Anchorman with the thing where he's just reading straight off the
Nah,
teleprompter.
Anchorman's a year later.
Yeah, but this was before Anchorman. So Anchorman ripped this movie off. I had no idea.
No, I think that's just a trope of reading the news.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, it's around this time in the movie we get the Ann twins scene.
Yeah, blew my mind. Didn't remember this at all.
Okay, so we have a show we sometimes do on the Patreon, patreon.com/thefranchise, called Ann Twins, that talks about movies that came out the same year that are similar, like Deep Impact and Armageddon, Volcano, Dante's Peak, No Strings Attached, Friends with Bennies. And
Most
so
recently, Olympus Has Fallen, White House Down. Go check
that's
that out.
right. Yeah, true. We did that. But I titled the show "Ann Twins," and I think when I created it, you didn't know what that was a reference to.
Vaguely.
Yeah, and I did it on the show. I was like, "Oh, and those twins," and then in this movie, it's they do like a shot for shot remake of the fucking Coors Light and Twins commercial.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. Not only that, but the twins they use in Scary Movie 3, Logan, are the real twins from the Ann Twins commercial. Yes!
That's commitment. I appreciate that at least.
Me too.
Right?
Sure.
By the way, did you pour out all your cores this weekend?
Oh, yeah, man. I don't fuck with that gay shit
I
over
sure
there.
did.
Anheuser-Busch.
Got that out of here.
Yeah. All right.
By the way, the first one they did Budweiser, right? Wasn't that the that's Budweiser? This
Yeah.
is Coors. They switched beer companies.
I guess so.
Never
Well, I,
realized
I
that.
read that it wasn't even supposed to be Coors. They were going to do another commercial, and they couldn't get the people from the commercial, and so they pivoted and did N Twins instead. And boy, oh boy, was I thankful for that, because obviously one of my favorite commercials of all time, and
Yeah. So you actually like this moment?
I loved it.
Yeah, really.
I popped so fucking hard for this.
Did you know where we were going? Because I did. When she was like, "I want to cover this, and I want to," or like, I want to focus on this and this and this," and when she was going, I was like, "Oh my god, no, no way!" And then they're like, "And twins," and then they fucking did it.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I didn't see it coming. It totally shocked me. And and in the moment, I was mostly just excited that you were gonna get to hear the real Ann Twin song.
Yeah, I was excited too.
Yeah, and I wanted you to tell me if I do it well. If
Yeah, you do. I mean, I've looked it up since I've learned about it, and yeah,
Oh,
you do it well. That's why I like when you introduce that show, not me. I don't do it that well.
and Twins.
I'm not as committed to it as you.
Yeah. All right. So after that, we go into a parody of my favorite horror movie, 8 Mile, and Simon Rex. He's playing B Rabbit, and it's
He should have had a funny name here, like that.
I agree. They just called him like Greg or something.
His name is George. They could have called him
George.
George or something.
Not bad. All right. So he's at a rap battle, and he's a white guy, and
He doesn't say the N word though.
he doesn't at all. Actually, I thought this scene, the actual rap battle part of it, was pretty good. I don't like when he vomits on that guy in the bathroom.
No. What about the KKK part at the end? He
I
puts on
hate
his hood
that.
and
I
it's the
fucking
KKK.
hate. And then he starts doing the Hitler salute.
Oh my god, that was so stupid.
Yeah.
That made no sense.
It was like, it reminded me of that John Lovitz bit in Rat Race.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What year is that, by the way? That's before this.
Yeah, that's like 2 years before this.
That's the other Zucker, though. That's Jerry Zucker.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. That's another Zucker.
Yeah, that's the other one. So, wow.
Holy shit. They love that bit.
Henry
Okay.
does too. It's Henry's favorite bit.
Absolutely. Okay. But the actual battle rap part of this on the stage I liked. I really appreciated Anthony Anderson just doing identical shit that Mekhi Phifer does in 8 Mile when he says, DJ, spin that shit.
Yeah, I enjoy that also.
I love that.
I don't like Anthony Anderson, though.
Oh, no, nor do I. Isn't he a raper, too?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think maybe he got off. Like, he got...
Yeah,
So
he did.
All right. But, like,
I'm
I
sorry.
think he, like, went through the court battle and won. So maybe he didn't. But
Yeah,
I
I feel
like
terrible
to
for
say...
saying that.
I like to say where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But he...
Did we ever learn about Jonathan Majors thing? Did we ever get conclusion to that? I feel
No.
like it sort of went away, and I never.
It'll be back.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. We'll learn more at some point.
We
But,
got a new movie, so it has to be addressed at some point.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway, this scene we also get a Fat Joe cameo.
Yeah, and he says that he's as Fat Joe.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
His battle rap is great. I thought that Simon Rex's response was really good. I actually this movie does well by hip hop. There are a bunch of hip hop cameos in this movie, and they're all really good.
Well, they had some of the God damn it, what was that?
Oh my
memory
god!
that you just watched.
You fucking suck.
Wu Tang Clan. I had some of those guys, right?
Yeah, we talked about Wu-Tang on Hey, I'm Watching here this week. Shout out to Ross Beck, a listener who said he can name all 9 members. And we had Tim on as a guest. I said, between the two of you, how many members of the Wu-Tang Clan can you name? Tim got Method Man. Logan got nobody.
Nobody. I think he got Ghostface also.
Oh, maybe. Maybe he's a Ghostface.
Because
But,
they missed on me for not knowing that.
Yeah, but there are 4 members of the Wu-Tang Clan in this movie. 4 of the 9.
RZA?
And unfortunately, they didn't cover this on season 3 of Wu-Tang and American Saga.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Who'd you say?
RZA,
Yeah, RZA was there.
Redman.
That's not a member of the Wu-Tang
I know
Clan.
that was a Tim shout out.
But yeah, RZA, Method Man, Raekwon the Chef, and You God, all in this movie.
Yeah.
All right, and they come out with Macy Gray, Redman, and Master P.
I guess it was a big time for Macy Gray because she was in Spider-Man the year before, right?
Yeah, it seemed like a stretch. They were like, the streets got your back, and it's like they wanted like one female, and they probably like asked Lil Kim, she couldn't do it. Foxy Brown, maybe Eve, and then they were like, all right, fine, Macy Gray.
Yeah. I have nothing else to add. I do like. By the way, we skipped over the part where they're at the first time, or not the first time, but the first time that because Brenda and Cindy are here, but they meet at the school. He's there to pick up the niece at the school, and Brenda is the teacher at the school.
Yeah.
So, and that's when we first meet him, and he's just like rhyming a whole bunch of words. Anytime Cindy talks, like, "You're a rapper," and he's just like rhyming all the words. It's very funny.
So, I'll be doing the rap battle at the 23 Club tomorrow night.
I don't believe this shit.
Word! You two should come down. I'll be rapping, I'll be capping, I'll be tapping, I'll be flapping, I'll be happing. Ning, ding, bing, wing. Yo,
Sounds good.
would, could, should, hood.
Ugh.
Good, mug, dug, bug.
Oh, if we say we'll come, will you shut your ass up?
Okay then.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. That was good. Simon Rex may be the MVP of this movie.
Possibly.
Yeah. So what else you got? Daryl Hammond shows up because they go see the battle rap. So someone's got to watch Cindy's kid, who I fucking hated, by the way. This fucking kid.
Yeah, really.
I didn't know what it was supposed to be. I thought he was parodying the movie Stir of Echoes at first because the kid sort of looks like the kid from Stir of Echoes.
I sort of thought it was like The Sixth Sense, but he didn't see dead people ever. But he had like premonitions of when people were gonna die. Like
Yeah.
Minority Report, he was like, you can. It doesn't matter if you smoke or you're just gonna die in a car wreck. He says like he has like I don't know. I didn't really get it.
I don't really know what they were going for with this character.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But anyway, I read that they tried.
Is there a son in The Ring? Is that a character in The Ring?
I have no memory.
I don't really.
Could
Either. I
be.
gotta rewatch The Ring.
Well, you should wait till we do it for the show.
Yeah, well, I definitely won't watch it by itself.
Yeah. Now I read that they tried to get James Woods back for a cameo.
Really?
Yeah, in the scene.
That would be good.
That's what they wrote. The horny priest, he brings a bottle of wine because he's obviously going to diddle,
Seduce him.
Yeah, the little boy, and but they couldn't get him. He wanted his $1 million again for like one day of work, and
what
so
about Marlon? Where is he alive still? Marlon Brando.
Oh no, I think he might have been dead by this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they got in Daryl Hammond, who I think brings absolutely nothing to the role.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. He might have been suicidal, though. Who knows? I watched that documentary about how Daryl Hammond tried to kill himself a bunch of times.
Well,
Yeah. All right. What happens next, Logan?
they go home. Brenda's like, Cindy, I don't feel safe at home. Do you want to come spend the night or come hang out at home? So they go home, and then Brenda's doing the whole thing where she's like pulling pranks on her, like my hand, but it's a fake hand. So then when she actually sees the Ring character, she's like, Cindy, help! But Cindy's like, yeah, and then she kills her.
Yeah. She's messing up my floor.
Brenda dies again.
Yeah, that's right. Does she show up again in the next one?
Oh yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
Sorry to spoil it. That's a great moment, I think.
I don't give a shit. We get a flashback to Charlie Sheen when his wife died. Oh, I like Cameron Manheim from The Practice. She plays like the local town sheriff or something. And there's that scene where she's
Was she the
wearing
one
that.
from Happiness?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's wearing that sheriff's hat. And
Yeah, and
every
it gets
time
bigger.
they cut back to her, it gets bigger.
Yeah, I always loved that when I was a
I
kid.
sort of like that. That reminds me of a joke from Airplane. Like that was like old school Zaz to me. It wasn't anything gross. Like in this flashback scene where she shows back up and Charlie Sheen puts like a hot dog through a donut.
Yes, and we see his actual wife in that scene.
Yeah. So in Signs, remember, like, she's pinned to a tree.
One of the great parts of Signs. Signs is so funny.
I,
Swing Away, the part where she's pinned to the fucking tree. That stuff is so funny to me.
yeah.
The water, all the stuff with the water.
Yeah.
I love M. Night Shyamalan. He's one of my favorite dudes alive.
I do too. I love Shyamalan. But so Shyamalan wrote in Signs that the wife is pinned to a tree, and it's like the second we get her unpinned from the tree, she's gonna die.
The car is keeping her alive.
Yeah. The car is like keeping her organs together somehow.
Yeah, wild shit.
And so the same thing happens in this movie, but it's Denise Richards, and that's funny because she was really married to Charlie Sheen at the time.
Right.
Yeah, that's the bit. That's the whole bit. There's some more Matrix. There's a lot of Matrix shit in this movie, actually.
Well, actually, when she's telling him, like, tell Simon Rex to swing away, she's like, don't have sex. And he's like, what? I can't hear you. And then she's like, tell him to swing away. And he's like, okay, I will. And she's like, oh, you heard that part, huh?
Right.
So they add another little joke in there.
It wasn't a good joke, but it was
No.
a joke.
But any joke on
nevertheless.
swing away, I'm a fan of.
Swing away. Anytime anyone references Signs, the first thing I say is swing away.
Yeah, it's one of the great things in movies.
Yeah. All right. So we get some very cutting edge jokes about the Matrix. I guess like the Revolutions and Reloaded had just come out.
Yeah,
So
can
they
you
were
tell me
like-
something, actually?
Yeah.
I've never seen the sequels, but I know that this one is a rip on the sequel where she goes to that room and all the TVs are in the room, right?
Yeah.
But is Queen Latifah playing the character from the first movie who was like, I think she's called the Oracle?
Yeah. And
So it's doing both movies?
the Oracle, the actress who played her had died before the sequels were made. And so they like recast her with a black actor in the second one.
I
And
thought
so,
she was black in the first one. Am I wrong? Is that wrong?
I think she's white in the first one. I could be wrong.
I have no idea, actually.
So
So she is in the sequels. I thought they were ripping on the first one and the sequels.
I think they're doing Reloaded in the scene with Queen Latifah and Eddie Griffin as Morpheus, and who I think is horrible. Eddie Griffin's so bad in this movie. But then later on, when she goes to see the architect, played by George Carlin, in that room with all the TVs, that's from the end of The Matrix Revolutions.
Is that the third one?
Yes.
Okay. And you love the fourth one, right?
Yeah. The fourth one's the best Matrix movie.
Tim loved the fourth one also. I gotta watch the fourth one. I don't really want to watch 2 and 3, to be honest, but I guess I have to.
You should at some point.
After Rocky, maybe I'll
watch
do
them
Matrix.
once.
I gotta do another franchise after Rocky. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. So I hated that, and then there's some Michael Jackson jokes to keep it current.
Yeah, Michael Jackson may be in the next one also.
Great. Well,
Maybe I made that up.
I looked up this guy who played Michael Jackson, and I read that he's been doing he's a Michael Jackson impersonator. That's his whole job. He's been doing it since the 70s. And he's in a lot of shit as Michael Jackson.
All right, good for you.
All right. I didn't think the impression was that good, frankly. I've seen better.
Well, he's trying to be funny. He's not really trying to be serious, right?
Yeah, but you gotta throw like a shaman in there.
He does the thing where he's like, I didn't touch her. She's a girl.
Yeah. That's a joke on how Michael Jackson used to molest young boys,
Yeah.
many of whom had cancer.
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a part of it. Is
He
that
would
a
invite-
documentary?
Leaving Neverland. He invited cancer kids to like spend the night with him in his bed, and then he'd like touch them in their bums.
That's upsetting.
All right, so then Leslie Nielsen shows up. He's the best part of this movie. He's my MVP.
You skipped something.
Oh, fine. What?
The wake, Brenda's wake. I don't like
hated the
that.
scene. I fucking hated it.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad you feel the same way. I hated the whole Anthony Anderson getting on the thing, trying to wake her up. So stupid. I hated it.
The terrible dummy of Regina Hall, and then there's a fucking callback to it later.
Yeah, at the wedding at the end.
Yeah. Horrible. All right,
Yeah.
so Leslie Nielsen's the president of the United States. I really liked his opening bit where he's walking, he's like reading from like the notes of like what's going on in the world, and then he goes, "Somebody should tell the president." They go, "You are the president." And he goes, "All right, that's done."
That's funny.
Yeah, and Ja Rule is his Secret Service agent. I was excited to see him,
Yeah.
and I don't know. To me, he's the best. He's the MVP of the movie, even though a lot of his stuff reminded me of Mars Attacks.
Okay, well, I've never seen that, and I also enjoyed him in the movie, but I'm not sure he's the MVP. I like Simon Rex a lot in this movie.
I also like when he says, "I wonder how President Ford would feel about this." And
Yeah,
then he walks
cut to the
over and it's a
photo.
painting of Harrison.
Photobomb? Should I play a Photobomb song?
Nah, no, that's only for
Alright.
people who have been in previous installments.
Okay. alright.
But you know what was wild? I had just watched Air Force One earlier that day.
Yeah, I know. I saw
I
that.
couldn't believe it, and then they were referencing it in this movie.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Never could I have predicted that because it's frankly not a horror film.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, you watched Air and Air Force One this week. 2 Air films.
I'm all about the sky this week, baby.
Yeah, we gotta watch some more.
Sky High. I should watch Sky High.
Well, it doesn't have Air in the title.
It's got sky. What are other movies with air in the title? That's more interesting to me than this.
No, really?
Yeah.
Air.
The Air Up There. That was a basketball movie from the 90s.
Okay. I
Alright.
don't really have any more.
You have none? You can't name me a single Air movie?
I don't think so.
Air Bud. How about
Air-
that?
Yeah, that's a great one.
Thank you. How about Air Bud 2, Golden Receiver?
Is that actually the second one?
Yes.
Yeah, what else you got?
Con Air.
Oh, Con Air.
These are all off the dome.
Up in the air. Love is in the air.
Up in the Air, yeah. A classic Clune Dog film. Directed by Nepo Baby Reitman.
Yes. All right, I give up.
All right, I'm done with this, I guess.
Airheads.
Oh, you know, Airheads isn't available right now on streaming. I've like tried to watch it recently.
I'm sorry.
Drives me nuts. What's going on there? Come on, Brendan Fraser's going through a renaissance. They got to make Airheads available. That might be his best role ever.
What about Encino Man?
Well, it's one or the other.
Do you actually think that?
Yeah.
You never heard of a little character called Rick O'Connell?
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Well, that's the best one.
What about a little character called Fat Guy?
Yeah, I don't know that guy. Well, he was also George of the Jungle. That's another iconic
Who
character.
cares? Dudley Do Right. Those you gonna give me those?
No.
All right, good. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Oh man, yes, of course. There's things I want to talk about. I like the whole thing about how so the aliens from Signs. They basically come to Earth because my mic.
Wait, fix your.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I liked how the aliens, they came to Earth because when they were up in their planet, they rented Pootie Tang. Okay, but it was the wrong version. It was the Ring version. So they came to Earth because they wanted to kill her before she killed them, which I thought was a defiant take on it.
By the way, Pootie Tang, better movie than any of the scary movies.
Okay, I haven't seen it. But
Well,
I sort of like.
you're not allowed to watch it now because it's directed by Louis C.K.
Oh, well, I don't really care. I'll watch it anyway.
Okay.
Just kidding. I don't really care. I'm not gonna watch it. What else? Oh, I like the part. Remember in Signs? Remember the part in Signs when they're like in the pantry and they go to check see if the alien's in there.
Yeah.
And they use the knife to do the reflection part.
You like
But
when
then-
the aliens were looking up her skirt?
Yeah, I thought that was funny. What'd you think?
Eh.
I thought it was a funny take on it.
I just like that they said like they they mastered interstellar travel, but they can't figure out a wooden door.
No, I thought that was too like meta. Like we heard the complaints about Signs. I didn't like that part.
No, I know. It reminded me of like the kind of joke they would have done in Scream.
Yeah, a little bit. Or like they could have like if they had in this movie also like what the aliens are on Earth where it's 70% water, but they don't like
Right.
the water. Like if they made that joke.
Those were the classic complaints about signs at the time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, but also in that scene, it's two different scenes because that's the pantry scene, but they do it when they're in the basement of Signs.
Yeah.
So they sort of mix those two scenes together. But anyway.
As a Signs super fan, did that bother you?
No, it didn't. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
What else you got?
I got nothing. You tell me what you got.
I don't know. Do you like that? Okay, so eventually the Ring girl, the girl from The Ring, her name's Tabitha in this movie. She comes out, and the kid is like, he doesn't want he's scared of her at first, but then Simon Rex beats him up with the baseball bat, so then he becomes friends with her because he is scared of him even more. Do you like that bit?
No.
Okay.
First of all, swing away is the funniest thing about Signs. You couldn't come up with a better swing away bit?
Listen, I don't know. I don't like it either.
All right.
I got nothing else, I guess.
Really? That's it?
I brought up what I liked, the upskirt thing. I sort of liked that part. I thought it was funny.
Of course you like that.
I thought it was funny.
I got nothing else either, man. Fuck this movie. I hated it. I give it a 1.
It's not as gross as the second one.
No,
which I
and
enjoyed.
it's rated PG-13.
Yeah, I think I might give it a 1 also, but I think it might be better. Not to spoil our ranking for next week, but it might be better than 2.
Yeah, I think it's better than 2, but
Yeah.
it's still a 1.
I enjoy
out
The
of 5.
Ring and Signs more than The Haunting or whatever, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
So yeah, I agree 1. And you're gonna go Nielsen for your MVP?
Yeah, Leslie Nielsen MVP, but I liked Sheen and I liked Simon Rex.
Yeah, well, since you're going to go Nielsen, I'll go Simon Rex. He's in it way more than Sheen. Sheen is like, there are weird parts where it's Simon Rex with his niece rather than Charlie Sheen with his daughter. And you're like, where's Charlie Sheen? I feel like Charlie Sheen's barely in this movie.
I feel like maybe they only had him for like a few days because most of his scenes are shot at his like farmhouse.
Right. Yeah,
The only scene he's in that's not shot at that farmhouse is the flashback.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So Simon Rex is my MVP. Who's your LVP? I have a lot of names written down here.
Piven.
Okay, I have the niece. I have Anthony Anderson, Pamela Anderson. I thought she was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're gonna go Piven, I'm gonna go Anthony Anderson.
Okay.
Even though
I
DJ spin that shit.
Yeah,
is
he's
pretty
not
good.
the LVP just because of DJ spin that shit.
That's. Should I just double up on Piven?
Well, I just think there's so many options. Pam Anderson, Jenny McCarthy, Daryl Hammond,
I think
Simon
Pam's worse than
Cowell,
Jenny.
fucking Eddie Griffin, Michael Jackson guy.
Eddie Griffin's bad. Michael Jackson. I'm gonna go Anthony Anderson.
And okay.
I really didn't like him. The whole wake where he's on Brenda. Like,
That was
that's
horrible.
Take that out of the movie.
I read that in the original script he was only in the 8 Mile scene, and they thought he was so funny that they added stuff for him to do.
Wow.
The instincts of David Zucker.
I think he might be in the next movie.
I'm sure he is.
By that I mean he definitely is. Him and Kevin Hart are definitely in the next movie.
Oh, Kevin Hart was funny.
Yeah, he was fine.
I thought the scene where they were like throwing paint out the window or whatever of the car, that was pretty good.
What? The other scene was better, where it was like, you can't go to bed dead and wake up alive. Or
I like
whatever
that
they're saying.
too, yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's just a funny guy, man. Say what you will about him. He makes me laugh.
Yeah, I don't like his movies though.
No, I don't like his movies either, but like, he's funny.
He's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But then it just became like the whole I'm short and I'm loud. Like that was his whole thing.
Yeah, but you know what? It's hacky, but it still makes me laugh sometimes.
Okay. I don't feel like it does with me anymore. I can't
All
remember
right.
the last time it really did.
Maybe it's just because I just rewatched 40-Year-Old Virgin and I thought it was so funny in that.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Okay. Next week on the show, Scary Movie 4 and 5, and then I'll be happy to be done with this shit.
Yep. But then we still got Hot Shots.
And Hot Shots Part 2.
By the way, we talked about in the first Scary Movie last week, and that it starts out where they're like, what scary movie are you going to watch? And she's like, Kazam. And they're like, they mentioned Shaq. Shaq is in Scary Movie 4, so we'll see Shaq next week.
So he must have had a good sense of humor about that Kazam joke.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you? You want me to spoil what movie they're ripping on?
No! No!
All right. I won't.
You can tell me the main. What's the main movies?
Okay.
So we've seen Scream, The Haunting, and I would argue Signs probably is the main one and the third one. So what's the framework for 4
Is
and
it
5?
Signs or The Ring?
I guess it's those two. Yeah.
That's pretty split down the middle for this one. And then yeah, I guess so. First one is a lot. I know what you did last summer also.
True.
But okay, so the fourth one is The Grudge.
It's the same as The Ring.
Yeah. I had that thought watching this one. It's the same thing. And War of the Worlds. I feel like it's mostly those two.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and The Village. There's some Village stuff. Big Village stuff.
Sure.
They cover all the M Nights on these Scary movies.
No,
Let me tell you, the fifth one. I think the fifth one is like Paranormal Activity, Evil Dead. It was all those like 2010s movies.
Okay, interesting. All right, so that's next week
Black
on
Swan.
the show.
I think there's a moment with Black Swan.
Patreon.com/the franchise. We've got so much going on there, and we could use some more. What's it called? Patrons. You know.
Yes, please.
The ones we got are great. I love every single one of them with all of my heart. But
we should rank them at some point.